Okay, please come in. Please introduce yourself. What is your name? My name is Elia Jakona. You can call me Lia. I come from South Jakarta and I'm taking academic IELTS to fulfill requirement of study abroad, especially in Australia. Okay, Lia. I'm Andrian, your examiner. Please give me your identity. I want to look your identity, ID card. Okay, here my passport as a registration for IELTS academic. Okay. Yes. Thank you for your passport. Here I will give you back your passport. Thank you. Okay, for speaking English test is divided 3 parts. Which part 1 talks about places. Okay, are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Describe a place in your city or town where you like to go in your free time. Well, I like to go to museum in Jakarta side. One of famous museum where I visit is Lubang Buaya Museum. I like to visit this museum during weekend, which this location is also close to Taman Mini Indonesia Indah or TMII. After visiting Museum of Lubang Buaya, I can walk toward TMII and enjoying Indonesia miniature and culture. Okay. Why do you like to go there? There are many interesting stories in Lubang Buaya Museum. We can see a reconstruction or bloody stories inside the room. Lubang Buaya Museum is known as Indonesia bloody history during all decades or is called as history of 30 SPKI in Soekarno era. I can see some interest spots such as small well where 7 victims of G30 SPKI is founded. Then I can see some old houses where rebels discussed about kidnapping of 7 military guys. And also I saw some evidences for executing these military guys, such as a truck, tools to kill people, this military, and many more. Okay, Leah, is there anything you don't like about it? I do not like an audio recording repeats many times in a room to describe the bloody story, which it could be scared me. I understand that this sound will tell us how scary that time, and I agree that to put this sound in this room, but my personal reason, this sound made me uncomfortable to stay there for a long time. Okay, Leah, is it popular place for people in your country? Why and why not? Yes, it is one of famous museum in Jakarta because this museum is full of big story which impacted Indonesia's story in that time. In reality, people have less interest to visit this museum nowadays. One of the problems is lack of maintenance, and museum location is far away from central of city. It can be reached by certain public transportation also. In the end, people prefer visiting common sites such as Monas and entertain place, some places such as Dupan and Ancol. Monas provide history and playgroup. Then SMS Dupan and Ancol. There is many play groups and many entertainment. Okay, we continue to the internet subject. How often do you using the internet? Mostly I use internet for 8 hours in a day or depends on my task deadline. I use Telkomsel as my provider internet because it has cheaper price for monthly fee than other providers. As government providers, Telkomsel had been expanded aggressively to many regions where this provider signal spreads significantly. Okay, what are some things you do on the internet? I use internet to search some supporting information for my task or document. Actually, I had been searching for scholarship and study abroad information. Started from finding supervisors, submitting university and scholarship application until filing some supporting documents such as passport, visa, ticket, homestay, and accommodation. Okay, for the last question is, do you prefer shopping online or in real stores? Why? I prefer shopping in real stores because I can see product qualities in more detail. I had bad experiences during shopping clothes in online shop apps. I felt disappointed for product quality, which is different with product picture in the apps. This reason puts me stopping order clothes from online shop apps. Okay, Leah, finish for the part 1 of speaking questions. So we continue for the part 2. In the part 2, I will give you some paper note and note of question and the pencil. You can write your answer there and reading only for 1 minute. You cannot start it until I arrange you when you start and when you stop. Are you ready to do that? Yes, I'm ready. Okay. This question is, tell about your favorite subject you studied in the school. The question is, you should say what the subject was, in which grade or grades you studied it, what kind of things you learned about it, and explain what you like about it. Okay, finish for writing, so you can start it now. Well, I would like to talk about statistics and economics as my favorite courses in the class. I prefer learning statistical and economic courses and implementing and linking them into economic articles. So let me tell you about relationship between statistical and economic in a little more detail. Firstly, I learned about economic subject and its purpose for a country. Then, I search economic problem which is passed by this country. Next, I collect some supporting data and execute into statistical method. In the end, I get statistical result and connect it to potential issue and phenomenon in the society. Actually, there is another course which combined between economic and statistical method, or is called econometric course. This course focused on economic behavior during times. We can use the relationship between variable x and y, or we can use effect of variable x into y, variable y, and many more. Economic course will discuss economic growth in many aspects. It can be decided from economic behavior in very long time, also from its history. Many economists believe that economy is hard to predict and analyze, even in developing and underdeveloped countries. This reason excites me to learn a country economic growth in more detail. To realize my dream, I already chose economic development or development study course in some universities abroad. To support my education and living peace, I am asking for scholarship in some countries. I strongly believe that there is connection between economics, statistical, and econometrics. In the end, I would like to explore 3 of courses and implement it into economic articles. Okay, finish for the part 2. Here, please give me back my paper and the question and the pencil. Here, thank you. For the part 3, we will discuss about hobbies. What hobbies are common in your culture? My hobbies is reading some literature books, especially economic development book. I like reading economic development book and transferring it into article and publish it in economic journal periodically. Creating an article is started by understanding economic causes and finding some economic issue in certain regions. Then I searched previous research which are related to this case to check the result. Both of them will create my initial hypothesis. Next, I collect some raw material data and execute them into statistical apps. In the end, statistical result will be compared into initial hypothesis and also support them with some facts and issues. In the end, this statistical result will answer economic issue in that place. Are there any hobbies that you think are not worthwhile? I had used this hobby in the long time ago, such as looking Instagram feeds. I spend my time all day for Instagram. Then I feel that I was my time during that time. Recently, I spend my time for watching British Kingdom in YouTube channel to improve my English skills. Then I read economic book to improve my knowledge in economic courses. Okay, we continue to the subject about hobbies in our life. How are hobbies now different from in the past? In the past, I will spend my time to look Instagram feeds, which is useless for me. In contrast, I found many good videos which inspired me to create a new idea. During times, I use searching books and looking for scholarship information to extend my study abroad. I also learned English to get IELTS score better. I applied three scholarship and applied it into many universities around the world. Are friends ever more important than family? No, family is more important than friends, especially when we face a financial problem. Family will help and stand behind us to fix our financial problem. Another reason, friends have limited efforts for fixing our problem while they sometimes have some problem. I used to have a friends circle for sharing knowledge and discussing new issue around our environment. For intimate relationship, I think it's not good to share our secret or special problem to them. Okay. The last question is, has modern life limited the time we spend on the hobbies? Yes, modern life will create individualism behavior, have less society and less care for environment issue. Modern life changed our needs more complicated than past. Our high pressure from modern life will limit us to spend more time for our hobby. We prefer choosing virtual hobby which doesn't need interact with people in real life. Okay, yeah, finish for the speaking test. Congratulations, I will send you the grades of your speaking test. Thank you for joining with us and bye.